So this is the most I've paid. This is $1.89 a liter, and I'll put on the screen how much that is a gallon. So this is the Liard River Hot Springs. This sign commemorates 75 years of the highway. This is historic mile 496. So we're 496 miles from Dawson City, and this is 10 o'clock a.m. on the second day. And you can't read this, but it says if you were a construction worker, soldier, or civilian working on the Alaskan highway in 42 and 43, you had to cope with the summer heat and the mud of autumn rains, frigid cold. And it says this had a construction camp, hospital, and a sawmill here, a fuel depot, and a repeater station for maybe telegraph or a radio. I'm not sure. I'm sure they ran wire all the way along the highway. And soldiers built a boardwalk to the hot springs from the road. And this was their Shangri-La, it says. It's hard to read, with snow on the surrounding mountains. Talks about some of the flora. The water is 100 to 118 Fahrenheit degrees. Okay, once a week the construction workers would clear out to give the female camp contingent the run of the springs. This is just a parking lot across. There's a state park right there. Liard River Hot Springs Provincial Park Campground. And that sign is so faded you can't read it, but it talks about the wood bison. There is a herd of wood bison nearby here, and it says about every year there's 15 or so of these wood bison, which is a separate species from the plains bison, that gets struck. The wood bison is I think it's browner in color, and it's bigger. It has a more pronounced bill. And the wind has picked up. It still smells like smoke. The sun, you see the haze. And we've got a favorable wind for travel to the westerly, so we have an easterly wind. Kim's making a sandwich. I already ate. I'm gonna get back in. The trees are getting a little weirder. The spruce trees are skinnier, stringier. Welcome to Yukon!
Woohoo!
We're almost to Watson Lake. Signpost Forest, I think they call it. Shopping in Watson Lake, Yukon Territory. Dozen eggs, $7.29, just your basic eggs. And if you want the grain-fed ones, $10.50. This is Canadian dollars, so 0.73 is the conversion rate. A gallon of ice cream, $11. Multiply times 0.73 for conversion rate. Yogurt, co-op. This is like the really good stuff. $10. How much is a pound of cheese? That's not a pound, that's more than a pound. 750 grams, 28 grams per ounce. You have to do the conversion. I don't know how many. This is kind of a different packaging than what we're used to. Pound of butter, $5.99. $11.49 for a little bag of fries. Coffee. $10. $10 for a 2-pounder, 300 grams of coffee. If you want the McDonald's brand, $16. 32-pack Coke that are 355 milliliters, which is 11 point. That's 12-ounce can. 32-pack, $1 plus per can. French fries or potato chips, $6.50. What are some staples? Laundry soap, $26. Everything has to come here. I don't think they even have rail coming into town. It's got to come in on a truck. Long ways. Signpost forest, or whatever they call it. There's just signs. Thousands of them. And then we're camped right here. It's a free boondocking spot that the city let us have. All of us are crammed in here. And at the recreation center right there, we can use the showers and the facilities. No power, just boondocking. This is the signpost forest. I mean, it's bigger than a city block. You couldn't possibly. You could spend a lifetime here and not see all these signs. I mean, they're lined up like cordwood, some of it. People actually plan things out. I mean, they router in their sign to bring it here. This is interesting. It's vinyl siding. So that gives you an idea. And then he's taken a nail and pounded in his name. I think it's vinyl siding, and then you can bend vinyl siding just with a heat gun, and that holds up real well. Paint won't fade, and that'll be there for a long time. That's better than wood, paint on wood for sure, and lightweight. Piece of cedar that they've painted on. I suppose cedar would do real well, and then carve in on cedar. That would work too well, pretty well. All these ones that are routed in work well, and cedar holds up the best. This is all cedar, I think, or just wood, but it's all carved in. It's good. and metal. Of course, that's done with a torch. License plates work well too. The best material I've seen so far is that vinyl. If you're bringing it from a long distance, and then you want to face it in a direction where the sun won't be hitting it. Pretty incredible. The city's parked some old equipment down here and people put stickers on them. That's in Wisconsin. Somebody doesn't know how to abbreviate Wisconsin. Capital I. Margot, Kentucky. Shout out. The gold pan. That's the group. 2024. We need to put our...
Yeah, I gotta get the Sharpie.
Alright. Well, it's just more of this. Look at this. Look how thick it is through here. It's incredible. And they're 12 feet high. Somebody put a mast on that so they could be higher than everybody else. And then they used bad material. Went to all that trouble, then they put bad material. Yeah, you don't want to use plywood, you don't want to use particle board. Metal, fiberglass, vinyl, some sort of reinforced vinyl would work the best. And punched in instead of, you know, if this is that plastic, maybe the worst stuff to use. So if you're coming, put a little thought into it. See this stuff? It's this garbage. Mark and Debbie, 1975. Congratulations, Mark and Debbie. This group must have been traveling together. It's holding up pretty well. 2011, 2008. That's holding up real well. When you're up high, you don't get seen very much. There. Stainless steel, punched in. That's good. That's the winner right there, I think. And then the backing material, it's pretty good too. It's pine board. And if you can go through the trouble, hats. This has to have been going on for a long time. I want to try and find the original post. So the signpost forest. We got traffic behind us. The world famous signpost forest has been attracting visitors since 1942. That's the year the road was built. During construction of the highway, when U.S. soldier Carl Lindley was recovering from injury at an aid station, what's become Watson Lake, a commanding officer asked Lindley to repair and erect directional signpost. Oh, so this is the original post, and in 1943. And then the highway was constructed, license expanded over the years to this. As of 2023, there are close to 100,000 signs in the signpost. I think there's more than that. It's designated a territorial historic site in 2013. The pieces of heavy equipment found in the forest were used in the construction of the highway. And in 1992, 50th anniversary, Lindley and his wife returned to Watson Lake and erected a sign replicating Lindley's original sign. So where is that? Well, it's not anywhere because it got destroyed by weather.
So this is right by the highway here.
The
And Northern
people
Lights
up there in that blue building there told me that the sign just was not constructed well and it was destroyed.
Straight building in the background.
That's over by where we're camped. Signpost Forest. But this equipment was used in the construction of the highway. So this is very old equipment. And of course, people have put stickers all over it. So, look at the teeth on this thing. Welded done several times. Stuff that helped build this road. A dozer. 6 cylinders. That thing pushed some dirt in its time. Look at that. Watson Lake Signpost Forest is the oldest and most extensive site of its type. It represents the long-standing tradition of leaving your mark. Carl Lindley started the Signpost Forest in 1942. He was a homesick soldier from Danville, Illinois, while working on the construction of the Alaska Highway. So my VA hospital that I attend is in Danville, Illinois. While working in construction, he had his hometown signed to an Army mileage post. It's a 1938 TD 35 International tractor. Right there. It was in production from 37 to 39. It built White Horse City streets, airstrips, and portions of the Alaska Highway. Gertrude. Operator Woods hitting that. City beer. I don't know where that's from. Turner's Iron City beer.
Oh, this one.
From all over the world. Share this with Kathy Mosca and Norbert Strandberg from Wisconsin. If you see somebody, share it. Share it with them. They would love to see it. Well, I'm going north on Yukon 1, which is the Alaska Highway. They have just upgraded this bridge from one of the original Alaska Highway bridges, you know, the steel ones, to this concrete bridge, concrete and steel. We're headed from Watson Lake today to Whitehorse. It's almost 300 miles. So I can set you up and take you for a little ride for a while. It's more hilly than flat. It's not a lot of flat, not a lot of curves. We've crossed a few rivers. We crossed the Liard River, and that was called Big Creek back there. That bridge. Okay, enjoy the music. There's an old bridge coming up. I like these lower Rancheria. I like these old bridges. Yukon, and I'm hiking to the falls. A lot of power there, eh? What's this way? The Rancherita River, something like that. Rancherita. It's fast. It's got some down. Got some fall to it. Nicely constructed boardwalk. Doesn't look very old. In the Yukon Territory. Oh, I bet you could pull some steelhead out of here. Worth the walk. It's a rather long boardwalk, but it's nice. Some of the trees, spruce. These are spruce. Black spruce. Black and white spruce. This forest is a good example of boreal northern forest. It extends across Canada just north of tree line, south of tree line. Other conifers in Yukon forests include lodgepole pine, tamarack. Black and white spruce are hard to tell apart in stands like this one. Black spruce cones are coniferous and stay on the tree from year to year. Older white spruce cones, which are deciduous, will be scattered on the ground at the base of the tree. Home to many animals, red fox, pine marten. I've never seen a pine marten in the wild. Red squirrels, I just saw one. I didn't get a video. Woodland caribou. Takes 3 times longer for the forest to mature in the north. This forest burned 100 years ago and is now in mid to late successional stage in this area. Trees like lodgepole, pine, willow, and aspen are being crowded out by the thick canopy of spruce. You don't see birch trees, you see these poplar trees being crowded out. Boulders. Here up the trail. natural spring. Starts somewhere up the hill. It just flows across the trail. Something got in here and rubbed. See all the rubs? They've been doing some forestry. Some of the diseased trees. This was a big black spruce. The foresters identify the trees that need taken down, and sometimes they'll wrap a ribbon around them, sometimes they'll paint them, and then they'll come in. The cutters will come in and cut them all down. This is a big one. See, there's a ribbon on that one. The growth rings. Oh, let's see. Each finger is about 5. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 years old. Just by setting my fingers on that tree, I got into the sapwood, the heartwood of it, and it's sticky. Poor squirrel's been going to town on this cones from this tree. Just talking about the benefits of fire. Says the rough grouse in ptarmigan use the open areas. Pine marten, red squirrel, and spruce grouse are among the species that like the openings. Some dead cones. All right, we're gonna get back in the car. Coming into a place called Swift River. Looking things. Highway. Oh, some mobile homes. It's like a little highway employees keep the highway open type place. No services there. Flip the camera around like that. It's a button I get to push that flips it around to the front screen, and then that way when I'm editing I know. Well, there's even a cable car across that one. So when I'm editing I know when slow down from the high speed roll into a little narration in the bridge. I slow down for the bridge so you see a close up of the bridge and whatever river we're crossing. We just crossed a nice rushing river. I didn't see the map, but I'll slow it down enough that you probably got to see it. The name of the river. And now back to the music. Signs indicating there's moose crossing. Well, my windshield's covered with bugs now. Half a tank of fuel left. So we're looking for fuel. I don't like getting below a half a tank. Johnson's Crossing River. Beautiful river. I suppose the dam is created that big reservoir. Well, I've made it to the Yukon River. Boat dock out of service. Yeah, this is the Yukon River. This is the original bridge. It's got a green hue to it, like emerald. And further down it'll be gray and muddy, silty. These are beaver chews. Beavers have chewed what they can. Here is downtown Whitehorse. It's right on the Yukon River. Apologize for all the bugs on the windshield. It is 6:30 at night. No, 5:30. 5:30. 5:30. Yukon, north of Ordinary. Pretty much north of everything. Except maybe Siberia. School buses. I wonder how many people. This gives me a perfect opportunity to do a voiceover. So, the population of Whitehorse in the 21 census was 28,200, and the 2024 estimate is 30,253, or a little higher than that for some sources say. Annual growth is 2.4% since 2016. It's 400 kilometers squared, 68 people per kilometer. and the average median age is 37 years. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been episode 5 of the North to Alaska Winds Circuit documentary.